So I need a tool that's going to be able to allow it's going to allow me to share my projects and people can view them and submit feedback, bugs, feature requests, and as well as see the timeline of what I'm building, right, for a feature or updates. So this is it's called MoMadeIt.online. There's two sides. There's this facing one that's available for everyone to see. You don't need to log in or anything. You can see the apps that I'm making, and you can when you click on one. Let me see. Get this camera. When you click on one, you can submit feedback, report bugs, submit a feature request. You can view other people's submissions and upvote them. The point of this is so like, well, for this one, you don't have to authenticate to be able to upvote. Maybe I might do some local storage for this. Just a way to find a way to um, find a way to just see what people are into. And then the activity one is seeing what is being built, the progress, things like that. And these probably might want to be different colors instead of always having it look green, right? That's it. That's the app. And then you have this nice little plus sign. If people have an app idea they want me to build, and they're like, yo, it'd be real cool if you could build this. I'll be like, okay. And they can submit that. Now, that's it. That's the one side of MoMadeIt online. Now, what's the other side look like? This part is for internal use. This is for me, right? So on this side, I can add an app that I've created or submit to the app store or put on the web, right? You can add it, see what platforms it was on, the description, logo, the release date, so on and so forth. And then basically all the information that users are submitting to me, I should be able to see. Now, I'm building this little prototype or the UI with V0, so some things are kind of weird, but I should be able to see all the feedback, preferably to sort them. Export report, interesting. I didn't ask you to put that, but I should be able to like sort through this with the stuff, the which sort through which app, which feedback relates to which app. Same with the bug reports, and be able to sort through critical ones, perhaps have them, or I can decide that for myself. The feature requests, see what features were submitted, and then we have for some reason it's not doing a good job of keeping the dashboard here, so I have to do this. And of course the timeline, right? Because should be able to let people know, what's being updated, and you can add a milestone. This is all for internal use. This is all for me, so um, perhaps there might be there will have to be some authentication for me to be able to go into this dashboard and see all that. But you can see here it's really simple. When I create an app, it should be visible here. People are able to see it and submit things to it. The long-term goal, this is it. This is the MVP, or something just for myself. This isn't something I'm building for the public. This is something I'm building for myself. However, I am considering that this could probably I can find a way to create some kind of template, templatize it or templatize it in some ways to create a SaaS product where not just you know a developer can use it, but perhaps maybe anybody who wants to build in public can do this. So this is like a build in public kind of tool for solopreneurs to collect feedback, maybe grab different, data analytics from your apps, or maybe report bugs, things like that. And in the future, for me, again, this is for personal use, but perhaps if I were to turn this to a SaaS product, to find a way to like anybody can like use this, but this is just for me, would be to incorporate AI into it. So that adds another level of complexity. Not something I'm looking to do right now, but if something I can put in for myself on this dashboard, even for the SaaS product, where the AI is kind of like your Jarvis, like Iron Man's Jarvis, where they'll tell you what features to work on, which bugs are critical, which ones you should prioritize, and it's just automated. It's just looking at all the data and it's giving you all the information, and it's saying like, "Hey, good morning, Mo. Here's something here's what you can work on, or here's a feature request. Here's a bug that 10 users are saying it crashed, or you're getting a you're getting this common feature request amongst users for this app. Maybe this might be something you want to prioritize and build out." So basically an AI to kind of automate that. That's the full vision for this. But version one or version zero would be this, MoMadeIt.online, where you can see all the apps I build, give me feedback, report bugs, all the things you want. And That's, see the progress, and then a dashboard for me to, post it, see the information, and sort it. It's mostly for me to see the information, right? So I can also, there should be a way to maybe delete it, archive it. Um, but it's just for me to be able to see what's coming in. I should be able to delete, remove apps as well, update the status. So I can like maybe make these tabs or these fields editable, making them, you can edit them and do that. What else? What else? That's about it. That's about it. And probably a few more platforms here. I'm probably missing a few things, but it's literally a dashboard to see all the information that's being submitted, um, and me being able to update them so they can basically see, not here. But also, there's not a screen for this. When you submit an app idea, there's nowhere for me to see that. So maybe it's just see a list of submissions will go here. I when I'm Of course this will take time to build out, but I'm trying to build the front end, the UI with V0. I did make two other videos for Mojobs and Full House, of it running locally, and it's just hooking up to a backend Firebase. No stripes, it's just Firebase, and that's pretty much it. It's just submit, and I should be able to see it on one side and be able to see what's happening. So see the feedback, see reports, maybe delete it and add apps. And of course, the timeline. There should be a way for me to maybe select an app and add that to the timeline. Uh, and then it should reflect here on the team activity. You know, that's it. That's all it is. I think this adds, there is some complexity, of course, but the UI is pretty much done for the most part. There are some things that are not needed but need to be added, like when people submit a app idea here. There should be a tab somewhere here, and then the export one. I think we can add. We can keep it, but whatever is going to be very simple. And that's it. So that's MoMadeIt.online. That's the third project walkthrough. See, my camera's not working right now. And this is just an internal tool for me. This isn't for anybody else. And I don't want to use other apps or products when I can build one myself. So especially for how I plan on using it. So we got the breakdown here, but if we go to apps and we go to MoMadeIt.online, you can see here there are other apps that are kind of similar. What's this, indie page? Yeah. So this is all made by Mark Liu. You can see here. That's another thing. Maybe I want to, incorporate Stripe API so people can see. Because again, this is like another built-in public tool. So people see how much money each one is making. They can see the apps. Perhaps direct them. So maybe add a link so they can actually see the app. Oh, this is cool. Right? Maybe a link to the App Store. Maybe I can add a field for that. And then here you go, like the upvotes. This is like very simple, where people can create custom pages and do that. But we're not doing that. This is just, again, just for me. This is just for me to see it. So you can see here, this person turned it into a free SaaS where you collect feedback. Candy has a lot of small. What's else? I don't think they have a demo. I could have sworn they had a demo page where you can kind of see it. Should be this. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically like a built-in public page, where you can see my stuff and submit feedback. There's one more example I would like to share if I can find it. Was it upvoting? I think, yeah, this was it. So here's another one. The camera's acting kind of weird. Let me turn perhaps if I can turn it off. The camera's a little freezing, but here's the last example of, you can see Upvote, this app called Upvote, being used. We're not adding a lot of this stuff. Again, it's just, let me see if they have a demo. Widgets, boards, roadmap, very similar. If we go to demo, use within app, use the domain. right? And if this was to be a SaaS app, you would obviously you would have to create domains and stuff. But again, just for me, it seems like they changed the UI. But you can see here, people are able to add feedback. They can upvote it, um, submit feature requests in progress. I think this would be for, yeah, the person where they can see that. And yeah, that would actually be a nice thing to add to that where, if you go to timeline or the feature request, you can see what's being added and maybe append it. There's a few things that need to be thought out, but that's generally what I'm building. A tool for myself. And perhaps in the future, it could turn into a SaaS. And then, the ultimate goal is to have some AI um, be like my assistant to just take all of it and tell me this is what I'm going to work on. Maybe a calendar added. See, just a bunch of features can be added on and on. But what I just shared right here is all I want for right now. Just for me, an internal tool to manage my stuff. And, if I find it useful, I'll grow it. If not, or if more people want it, turn into a SaaS. Uh, and yeah, that's all I have. So that's MoMadeIt online. Is this camera? Oh, cameras. It's always when the video's almost done that the camera wants to start working. But that's the demo. That's what I have for y'all. And that is the third web app for this year. Well, the third web app that I plan on having freelancers assist me with. And if I can't find a reasonable budget, I will find time myself to build it in over the weekend, over the week, or over the summer. So yeah, I'm gonna post some job postings to see who can lend me a hand. The UI is pretty much set. I have the other two apps running locally. It's all a matter of just adding Stripe to them, adding Firebase, and this one is just Firebase. You know, it's just all backend, and the backend is already done. Firebase is a plug and play, so it's really just getting familiar with the code base that the AI V0 had generated for you. All right, y'all. Let me leave before the camera start acting weird, but there you go. Those are the three projects. Many more to come.